everyone, welcome to this NPTEL 10-hour course on human molecular genetics. I am Ganesh, I am a professor at the Department of Biological Sciences and Bioengineering at IIT Kanpur. I teach genetics, biology and human molecular genetics in this institute, and my research area covers diverse topics related to genetics and disorders, mainly the one that affects brain and so on. So, this particular course, human molecular genetics, is a introductory course primarily aimed at introducing the concepts and a little introduction into the human genome and its function. Therefore, it is a 10-hour course and it is open to anybody who is interested in understanding how our genome, how our genes are involved in normal health and how defect in any of them can lead to the disorders that you see. So, that is the scope of the course, and the target audience includes students who are interested in pursuing research in the areas of human molecular genetics, clinicians or students who are interested in medicine, who want to understand the principles and complexities involved in the human genetics and its implication in health and disease, and also for students who are interested in entering into career where they can look into the DNA diagnostics, genetic counseling and so on, and of course scientists who are working in public health service, in counseling centers and pathology labs who wish to understand the modern concepts behind how do you understand, identify and characterize genes that cause the disease. So, that is the target audience. About the course, mainly we will be covering key concepts about pedigree analysis, meaning how looking into the families we can identify where could be the gene, what it could be its mode of inheritance, and for example understanding how possibly they may cause the disease. For example, the mutations, the changes there in the DNA, how it could affect the gene's functions or the protein's function, and how would you identify the gene, and what are the various tools, the molecular biology tools that are available for example, understanding the disease mutation, characterizing them, and also for routine diagnosis. So, these are the concepts. Towards the end of the course, we will also be introducing, for example, our understanding on human genome project, and more recently how, for example, the human variome project, which the objective is to understand the variation across the different races in the human population and its impact on the health. So, that would be the basic coverage of this course. So, what would be the outcome if you go through the course and do all the assignments? What would be the expected outcomes? We expect you to look into the family, identify the mode of inheritance, propose whether the character or the phenotype, what you call, could be dominant, recessive, whether it is the gene that is implicated there is located on an autosome or sex chromosome. This is one of the outcome. The second one is to understand the concepts behind how do you identify genes that are defective, as a result you have the disease. The gene discovery, and especially that are related to disorders, is another outcome. The third one would be to understand the different molecular biology tools that we use for diagnosis and understanding what is the mutation, what causes the disorder, and that could be used for example, counseling, prenatal diagnosis or therapeutics wherever it is applicable. And finally, you would have some understanding on the complexities of human genome, how complex it is and variations there, how that makes all of us so different from one another. So, that is again an introduction. That is the end of the course. For this, every week we will have lectures, of course. In addition, we are going to give you handouts and assignments which are mostly problems which would test your understanding of the principles, and therefore you will be able to answer them. In this way, we will prepare you for the different disciplines, your future goals, whether you want to become a scientist, you want to become a better clinician, whether you want to become a diagnostic, you want to run a diagnostic labs and so on. So, that is the scope of this course, and for this course we have 2 teaching assistants for this course. They are my senior PhD students, Ms. Anshika Goenka and Ms. Anupama Rai. They will be helping me and helping you to better understand this course and do well in the course as well. So here they are.
Hi, I'm Anshika Goenka. I'm a research scholar at Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. I'll be your teaching assistant for this particular course. And like Sir told, we'll be offering periodic assignments for the course. I'm sure you'll deeply enjoy taking the assignments as well as the course. Apart from that, if you have any questions regarding the course, please do not hesitate to write to us, to me as well as my colleague Anupama.
Hi, myself Anupama, and I'll be doing the same as Anshika just described. And thanks, and that's all.